Today's episode is brought to you by Hero Forge. Hero Forge has got those awesome minis for your next campaign or just to, have. Also, today we're brought to you by Green Chef. If you're looking for healthy meals that you can make at home, Green Chef has got you covered. Let's jump into this podcast. Hello, everybody. It's time for August and Crendor.
August and Julius in the morning.
In the morning. Live. In 4-hour recording studio. Recording.
Wake your ass up! It's the Crendor in the morning!
Hello, everybody. Crendor in the morning.
Yes. Yep.
That was an intro, all right. I started saying the same word like 4 times.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Just saying the same word over and over, and then I just realized we haven't done one of these in a while because we had our live show.
Yeah. Live show was fun. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's a good time. Had a lot of goofs, a lot of gaffs, a lot of
so many goofs and gaffs.
Goofy gaffs.
Yeah. Oh, the goofiest of gaffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd talk more, but I think that was the last week's episode. So I mean, you probably heard the live show if you didn't hear it.
Yeah, and if you didn't, you know what? That's fine. It's whatever. I'm not too stressed about it.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Good. Got back from the live show, and then my cousin flew out here for a week, and we hung out. Haven't really spent a lot of time with him in like the last few years, so it was nice to hang out and do stuff, and took him around the city. Did the whole city thing. My man, do I have stories. My goodness.
Oh, boy.
First off, this one, so we went to Hollywood because like the first day was here. I was like, look, we're going to do all the touristy stuff. We're going to get it out of the way day one. We're going to breeze through it. So we were walking around Hollywood at one point, and we were going down, where they have the stars on the Walk of Fame and stuff like that. As we're walking, we see this family, and this kid's like, yo, stop. Yo, it's Sting. And the mom goes, you know who Sting is? And he's like, yeah, the wrestler. And he kneels down. He's like, take a photo with me. As we're walking by, she looks at me. I look at her. And the mom starts cracking up. And she's like, you know that's a musician, right? And the son goes, the wrestler has an album? And the mom lost it. And I lost it and was like, yo, that is such a funny generational divide.
Is there actually a wrestler named Sting, or is he?
Yeah, Sting was in the WCW and the WWE. Like, he was the guy who wore he's the white face paint guy.
Yeah, I see.
Who would come down from the rafters. And so it's very funny to me because that kid is clearly old enough to know who Sting the wrestler is, but not old enough to know who Sting the musician is.
Yeah. So
which is pretty amazing. Well, so I got to witness that, and it was great. The mom was losing it. She was like, the wrestler? The kid was just like, I have no clue he did music. It was great.
It's one of those things where maybe he's just really into wrestling, so you like learn all about the history of wrestling too, and you're probably like, oh, okay, and then probably not as much with music.
Yeah, it was just very funny that he knelt down and wanted to get a photo with it. If I was the mom, I wouldn't have said a damn thing. I would have been like, take that photo, I'm going to frame it, and in 10 years, I'm going to have that still hanging up in the house, and he's going to be like, what was I thinking? Yeah, I can't wait. But that was very funny. We were also gifted with you know how sometimes people tell you who they are in ways that you're like, right, you are an asshole. So we were looking to pull out of a parking garage. And as we get to the car, there's a dude in his, like, I want to say family, but it just looked like random strangers in the car with him. And all of his doors were open, and he was kind of in the middle of the lane to get out. So we couldn't leave. We're sitting there waiting patiently for this guy to do anything. And all the doors are open, and he's, like, trying to get stuff put away in his car. Why he didn't do that in his parking space, beyond me. So he's there in the lane. No one's coming up or down, so I think he just thought, like, screw it, I can get away with this. But we were literally right there. So we're waiting. I'm patient. I'm looking through my rear view window at the guy. He's looking directly at me. He recognizes we're wanting to leave. He does not move. He is getting stuff. He's moving stuff. All the doors are open. Finally, I go to open my door to be like, hey, man, come on. As I go to open my door, he closes all the doors. And, like, I guess he just didn't want a confrontation. He jumps in the car. And so I start following him down the ramp, and I'm like, ugh, this guy. He's doing one of those things where he's driving, like, aggressively fast through the parking garage, which makes no sense. I don't understand why.
Right.
At this point, you're already holding me up, so what the hell do I care?
Yeah.
We get to the exit. I follow him out, and it's Hollywood, so there's the parking garage is kind of in an alley, and you have to turn to the right or to the left. Well, at that alley is a stoplight. And as you know, you do not turn red, at least here in the States. You do not turn left on red. It's just not a thing you do. This guy immediately pulls out, turns left on red. I was like, what the hell? Light turns green. I go left as well. I see him at the end of the block. I catch up to him, and he immediately turns left on red. I'm like, what? What? Light goes green. I start following him. Eventually, I catch up to him again. And now he's like honking at a guy in front of him who is turning right in a it's only one lane. He's turning right, but there's cars coming and he's honking at him to move, and I'm like, yo, what is this dude's malfunction? I have no answers for this man. This guy was operating in a world of his own where he did not need any rules and he had no patience for any other human being. But again, when confronted, immediately retreated.
That sounds exactly what happens most of the time.
It was crazy. We were like, what is this guy? I was genuinely concerned for everyone in his car.
Yeah, that sounds insane.
It was wild. It was a wild, it's Hollywood. So that's Hollywood, baby. But also it rained a bunch this week. It's still raining here in LA, which is, it's that time of year again where it rains for like a week and then stops for another 6 months. But I will say, for those curious, apartment is holding up fine. Everything's good, which is all I require, really. An apartment where it doesn't constantly leak. So far, so good. And then, Crendor, do you know what booktok is?
I do, yes.
Okay, so I did not, to the point where recently someone, because people have been making me suffer with some truly awful stuff over on Too Old for This.
Of course.
And so finally someone sent in booktok, and they were like, there's a booktok video you should watch. And I was like, I don't know that I care about that, because I looked up what booktok was, and apparently, as far as I can tell, it is the TikTok side of things where people talk about books, but as far as I'm aware, it's mostly wannabe writers trying to hawk their product, trying to like sell their book to people through TikToks. As far as I can tell, that's what it is. Or people reviewing and shitting on the books that are on booktok. And that's a lot of it, as far, based on what I've deduced, that's it. So anyway, I got sent this video. It's amazing. It's going to be a future episode of Too Old for This. It's so good. But now that I know that, I am down the rabbit hole. Most of my feed on YouTube right now are people reviewing booktok books, and every thumbnail is like, how was this made? Worst book ever. This is disgusting. I can't believe it was. It's great. Crendor, it's great. I realize that most of the books that are there, you know how there's like adult novels for the ladies that are basically, disguised porn?
Oh, yeah.
It's that, but to the nth degree. Like, I watched one today that was a murder mystery, but it was about this woman who was having an affair with this guy at a shoe store, and the guy at the shoe store and the woman killed her evil husband. He was like a bad guy who was like molesting kids, and that's like the basis of the story. And in the end, the bad guy gets his, and the wife is like, well, the man at the shoe store and we parted our ways, and I never saw him again, but we'd still talk from time to time. And the reveal at the end of the book is that the kid at the shoe store was 16 years old.
What?
And so all the reviewers are like, wait, so the wife convinced the 16-year-old boy she was having sex with to murder the husband who was like diddling kids. But that's no better. It's so, and people are like, what do you mean? It's great. Crendor, booktok is amazing. It's insane people over there. I am into booktok now. I love it. I am down the rabbit hole. There is one girl who is the topic of the Too Old for This, who tried to like make a book, but she clearly can't write, but then convinced everyone she could and got a bunch of pre-orders and stuff. It is Drama City, Crendor. Drama City, and I'm here for it. That's what I've been doing the last like 5 days, is just, I don't need to read these books, but I will live vicariously through those who did.
Yeah, it is, you know, I remember learning about it and seeing a lot of the romantasy stuff over there, which, like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care, but it does seem pretty wild. There's this, like, centaur relationships, goblin relationships, like, honestly, it reminds me of, like, those books you'd see in the grocery store with, like, the half-naked man, like Fabio or something, but with, like, centaurs and shit.
When we went and looked at Amazon, when it was books that were like, I fell in love with the Raptor King or whatever,
Right.
that was just pure fetish content. This is people trying to disguise their fetish content as real literature, which is hilarious because they're really trying to sell it. It's like, I've spent the last 15 years writing this novel. It's the greatest thing I've ever worked on. And then someone will review it and be like, it's filled with typos. How's that possible? Things like that. It's great. I love it.
It is pretty funny, yeah. I'm excited to react to this one.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I was given a great video. And I'm genuinely surprised such a great video was made and delivered to me, and it just lined up perfectly. I don't want to spoil anything. I really want to talk about it, though, but I don't want to spoil anything. It was great.
Yeah, I'm excited. Is that the one on Tuesday or Thursday?
It is, yes.
Oh, okay, excellent.
Yeah. But that's what I did. Just hang out with my cousin and be stupid. That kind of stuff.
What was your cousin's thoughts and opinions? Like, was he also just people watching? Was he like what was he doing?
Oh, yes. I think he definitely listens to this show and like watches videos sometimes. So I think he's on our bandwagon of just watching people.
Yeah, I see.
So there were times we'd go out and we'd like get dinner and we'd just sit there at like a cafe and just watch the madness. And it was great.
Dude, that is... Oh my god, that reminds me. Hold on, I gotta... Where's my phone? Hold on.
Bring out the notes!
Alright, hold on. It's loading. Alright, so... We were out for breakfast the other day, alright? Or brunch, I guess I should say. And we were just like eating and doing whatever, and then there's these old people behind us, and they were like typical old people stuff. The lady was just like, remember that guy that liked the soup? He doesn't come in anymore. Like, that was one of the things I heard them say. So I was like, okay, that's your classic old people just eating.
That's
or
what
whatever.
sucks about that is my first thought was, oh, he's probably dead.
Yeah, he's probably dead. He probably is.
Sad thought to have. But the minute you were like, these old people are sitting there and the guy doesn't show up anymore, I'm like, oh, he probably died.
Yeah, he probably did.
In that soup pot in the sky.
So then there was a table like adjacent to us, and it was just like these people probably in their like 40s, like mid-late 40s, and they were just eating. And the one guy was just like, he was like mentioning something about one of his family members is in the military. He's just like, oh, Air Force, and then the old people behind us, she's like, did he say military? Did he say military? And he's like, I think he, what? And then the woman gets up and she goes to the table and goes, I'm 90 and my husband is 91 and he was in the Air Force. I was like, oh God. Oh boy. And they're just like, oh wow, that's so cool. And she's like, and my son, he owns a farm out in the countryside, and that's Mark, and he does this stuff.
You have to know his name. That's important.
You gotta know his name. And then they're just like, oh wow, that's really cool. And she's like, I've been married to my husband for 8 years. And they're like, wait, like 80 or 8? And she's like, 8. My first husband's dead, but then I met him.
Oh my God.
I was like, holy shit.
Who says you can't find love in your 80s?
Meanwhile, the husband is just like sitting at the table, still like eating his bacon and shit. And she's like, he's doing his own thing. I'm the one. I get everything going in this place. You know how it is. But he was in the Air Force. And then where do you guys live around here? And I swear, she talked to him for like 10 minutes. And then after all that, she's like, well, now you know my whole life story. And like walked away. And they were just like, hey, you know, that's what life's all about. It's learning other people's stories. And then
I genuinely just thought she was going to get up and be like, thank you for your service, and like go back. I forgot. The elderly love to talk to you.
Oh, yeah. They love to talk about primarily themselves.
Sure. No one else is listening, so.
Yeah. So that was just the whole thing. So, and then the waitress was just like, yeah, you know, that happens. Like she must have seen this happen before.
I genuinely, honest to God, if I was with you, I would have asked them so many questions. I've been like, whoa, you guys got married in your 80s? What was that like? How did you meet? Tell me all about it. I would have so many questions about their relationship. Because marrying, I'd be like, did you get a wedding? Did you have family? What family showed up? I would have so many questions.
Yeah, well, that's because we do the deep dive. We get to the answers people don't get to, because they're just like.
But also, that's not an everyday thing. Most people, when they're in their 80s, are like, screw it, I'll just be alone till I die. These people are like, no, love is in the air and we're good. And I'm like, all right, I like this. What happened though?
That's what I'm thinking. Well,
did you meet at a home? Did you meet where did you meet?
I think I feel like just listening to this lady, I feel like after her husband died, she was just like, she seems like the type that's very social. So she's probably like, I need someone else. Like, I need to be with someone. Like, that's the vibe she gave off. Because I'm sure there's plenty of people that would also just be like, I'm not going to marry anyone again or do whatever. But just the fact that she got up from a table and went up and talked to people is like, all right, she's not afraid to, be social and extroverted. But
yeah, it's funny to me because I would imagine like if you're in your 40s or 50s and your spouse dies, it's like, all right, maybe I'll find someone and I'll marry again. Yeah. But if you're in your 80s, dude, like the connection. I would love to know what connection they have. If it was simply like, well, we needed insurance and lower taxes, so here we are. Like, I just want to know.
Yeah, no, I am also genuinely curious, but. Maybe I'll see him again.
If you do, I demand that you and Toast ask them questions.
Yeah.
I demand it. I demand answers. I need to know, like, is it because she loves to talk and he loves to listen? I don't know. I know what got them together. And why not just be friends if you're in the 80s? They're not doing it unless they are, in which case I need answers.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of things left unanswered that maybe we'll find out.
Because as we know, in the nursing home, they be raw dogging like crazy. So I'm curious if that translates to this marriage. Like, I want to know. If she's willing to talk, I'm willing to listen.
She'd definitely be willing to talk.
I'd be like, Nana, you boning down? What's going on?
Let's see. What else did I write down? I wrote down there's a guy on the radio that was drunk and heavy breathing. That was at like 1 a.m.
You mean a caller?
Yeah, it was a caller.
Oh, I thought you meant like, welcome back, 107.7.
No, it wasn't that. But
okay,
he's the caller that was just absolutely wasted. Like, this man was like, I think Texas is gonna win by 2 touchdowns. And then the guy would be like, well, let me respond to it. And he'd be like, and I was just like, oh my God, this man he's like on a ventilator out here. Like, what is going on? That was weird. And then I also wanted to bring up something completely unrelated, just because somebody brought it up on stream a while ago. And it is probiotic sodas.
Oh, like Olipop and all that?
Yeah. So I've never tried one, but I know many people have, and every time I hear somebody tries one, they're like, this tastes terrible. And so I'm just like, have you tried one, like, at any point? 'Cause, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I have a Whole Foods next to me, so they don't have normal ass sodas there. They have those. So if I go there to get like a soup and bread or like a sandwich, if I get a drink, it'll either be a tea or one of those probiotic sodas. Yeah, to be fair, they do not taste great. I think mostly because they're not using sugars. They're using all sorts of different things that aren't sweeteners. And so, sometimes they're a little funky. It kind of depends on which flavor you're getting. So I've settled on anything that's supposed to taste like a soda or anything. Like they have, one that's like a fake Mountain Dew and one that's like a fake Coke and like that kind of stuff. That's like an Olipop, this thing or that. Nah, they don't taste like it. It's why try to get the fake version of it? I'll go for one that's like, a ginger ale or one that's like a fruit punch. Something that is not trying to be anything else. So I don't expect it to taste a certain way because it does not. Anyone who says it does is wrong.
I've never had one. I want to try it just to like try, but like
You genuinely may like it.
I don't know if I would.
You don't like sweet stuff, so you may like that it's not trying to be that. Again, it comes down to the flavor, right? Like there's different varieties of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like overly sweet things. I still like sweet things. That's the thing.
Yeah,
but
so like the on the Olipop page, I'm going there right now just to look at the different flavors because I'll try to tell you what I've had. Right. They've got all sorts of different kinds. They have a ginger ale. The ginger ale is actually quite good. Right. It just tastes like a jank ginger ale. It's not like, what you would expect. They have a sparkling cider apple one that I think is good. They have a pineapple. Whoa, they have a SpongeBob Pineapple Paradise. Never had that before. But the root beer, the cream soda, the vintage cola, those I do not like. The lemon lime one, I don't like it. They have Ridge Rush, which is basically their Mountain Dew. Nah, not a fan. But the tropical punch one, pretty good, right? Like the ones that are not trying to be, like I said, trying to be something else. Like they have a Dr. Goodwin, which is their Dr. Pepper, and I don't like that one very much. But I've kind of gone through them all and tried them. There's also other brands, but I was like, I'll try the Olipop ones and go through that first, since that's the one everyone kind of recommended as the prebiotic soda. And yeah, I mean, the thing is, they're also expensive. So like, it's you have to really want to be healthy.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I mean, that's kind of my problem, is that I feel like if I'm going to drink soda, I'd rather just drink soda and have like a little bit of it.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. Might as well just have a normal soda and only have a little bit rather than drink a whole thing of something you don't like.
Yeah, because it's like, I'm not a big artificial sweetener person. Like whenever people are like, I drink Coke Zero or whatever, I've tried it. I can't do it. I hate that taste. It's just, I don't know. I imagine it's an acquired taste, but I'm like, I'd rather just drink water, to be honest. Like sparkling water.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'd rather just have unsweetened iced tea. Like, I'm at the point where sweetened iced tea, I'm like, no, I'm all right. It's a little too much sugar. And now that I'm looking at those things, we got a bunch of Arizona iced tea in the office because I literally harassed them online about how they have Rizzler brand berry drink now. And I was like, send me some. And they were like, okay. So we got a bunch. Look, Arizona iced tea is cheap and affordable and it's pretty good. However, each one of them has like 230% your daily amount of sugar. It's wild, dude. I'm That's like, insane. While drinking it, I'm like, I'm going to get diabetes from this. Like, you feel it. You're like, God, that's a lot of sugar. So, yeah, we have a lot of those in the office, and thankfully it's being drank by others, but yeah, one was enough. I was like, all right, I had my Rizzler drink, and we're moving on.
Yep, that's all you need. One Rizzler drink, and you're good.
Yeah, I got to drink it on the show, so that was fun.
Yeah, no, I saw that one. Let's see. Did you do anything else? Was it just your cousin visited? Did you have any crazy eating experiences?
No. Everything was pretty chill. we went around and we kind of hit all the different spots in the city. Like we went to this pizza place that I love, and they hilariously, we got there, it was raining. We got there at like, I don't know, 5 p.m. Because this was the day before he had to leave. So this is Friday, and he left yesterday at, his flight was 7 a.m. So we had to get his ass to the airport early. So I was up very early. And so the day before, we're like, we'll eat dinner early, we'll go to bed early, we'll do the whole thing. So we're at this place at 5, and the lady was like, "Oh, you don't have any reservations?" And we're like, no, there's no one there, dude. No one there. And we're like, no reservations. She's like, okay, well, we're booked up starting at 6. Do you guys think you could eat in an hour? And we looked at each other like, can you make it fast? Like, we can eat fast. We're fine. I don't know what an hour to eat a pizza is like. No, we're good. If you can make it, we will eat it. It's that kind of stuff. So we went around. We had that. We went to. Oh my god, dude! I took him to. Capcom is doing their Street Fighter World Cup right now.
Right.
And so, in a place in LA, like towards Burbank, they're recording it. And I got an invite, like, hey, do you want to come to the Capcom World Cup? You can sit in the audience. And I was like, sure. So in my mind, I'm thinking it's more along the lines of what Evo and things like that are. I show up the first day, round 1. There's no one else there except for the teams. It's me, my cousin, maybe one guy who's like the friend of another guy, some girlfriends of some of the players, and maybe like 50 players on different teams. So the audience is all the other players and then my cousin and I. And we stand out because we're in the back and we're like so much taller than everyone else who's there that like we look like giants on that video feed. It's so funny. We were like making, faces in the crowd and like doing things. But it was essentially, I'm going to say 20 seats. It wasn't big. And it was so small that the players would cycle in and out of who got to sit and watch the matches because there just wasn't enough room. And it was very Hollywood. There were a ton of cameras, and there was a guy being like, all right, we're coming back in for the break. Everyone clap right now, clap. Like that kind of stuff. And we were just like, oh. Yeah. My cousin had never seen the behind the scenes before, so he was kind of into it, but very quickly was like, all right, well, we've seen this. And I was like, okay, good. Let's leave. Yeah, it was fun. I like watching Street Fighter, but also it was very produced. Like there were dudes running around with clipboards trying to, micromanage every aspect of it. I was like, okay, all right. This isn't really a like made to be watched event. This is a made for video event, and we're just here to be set dressing. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Again, I like Street Fighter. I was excited to see some of the best players in the world do their thing. But also, the environment wasn't necessarily the place where you just show up and watch. Although it was day 1 of round 1, so maybe by the time it gets to the later rounds later next month, then it'll be actually something to watch live. But for now, it was kind of like, we should we even be here? Yeah, and the price we paid for doing that was driving home, and it took 2.5 hours to go 14 miles. So,
oh my god.
Yep, Los Angeles, baby.
Yeah, it sounds like Los Angeles. Oh yeah, we watched the Nick Cage movie.
Yes, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Good film.
Yeah.
Love it. Good stuff.
That was actually way better than I thought it'd be.
It is one of those movies that everyone involved understands what the bit is and how silly that movie is, and it's entirely played as absurdity, which I love. The fact that Nick Cage plays a younger Nick Cage doing him, like, he is portraying himself as how everyone sees him as young Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Like an insane, over-the-top guy. And then old Nick Cage is a normal person who's like, oh, man, what a crazy life I lead. Like, it's great. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I think what I thought was the best part was I just thought it was going to be like a goofy movie of like, they do like some inside jokes. It's like Nick Cage just being like, oh, I'm memeing. And they did kind of do that, but like it actually felt like a real movie that was like a good movie. Which like that's what I didn't expect. I didn't expect that they have like an actual decent plot with like some twists and turns and stuff.
Yeah, and also Pedro Pascal delivered. He came completely. He's like, I'm going to play this at 110%. I need you to know if I'm going to be with Nick Cage, I'm going to be on his level the entire time. And it works.
Yeah, it really does. Like, it was a great cast. Honestly, everybody in the movie was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm still in love. I don't know who the hell Pedro Pascal's love interest in this movie is. I don't know who that actress is. She's gorgeous. I don't know. I was like, damn, the entire time she was on screen, I was like, I love this woman. And I know nothing about her. I don't know who she is.
Yeah, that does seem like a Jesse Cox.
I was about to say she reminds me of all of those women who do like cottagecore videos on YouTube. However,
oh yeah,
I just realized that this morning I had the epiphany. So I was going through YouTube trying to clear out my. When you start watching a bunch of book talk stuff, a lot of your stuff becomes book talk, and I was like, I don't need this. I'm trying to clear stuff so it'll reset my algorithm. And as I'm doing that, I see a lot of these cottagecore videos, but it's not like in my mind. I think, okay, this is women dressed in kind of like 1950s outfits, kneading dough and making stuff, and it's very kind of like female focused. Wrong. False. I don't think women are watching this because I saw one and the thumbnail was this girl bent over, her ass like right in the thumbnail. And I was like, well, of course I'm gonna click this video. I clicked the video and it is her in no bra, kneading dough, boobs jiggling everywhere. She keeps bending over and I was like, this is just porn. What are we? This? Yeah. I'm like, come on now. So then I was like, all right, I gotta see what's going on. And I like deep dove. Most of them are that. Most of them are either softcore porn where a woman is like erotically baking, or some trad wife stuff where it's like insane. Like, I bake for my 12 kids every day and I make 30. And you're like, this is, no, you don't. You don't do this. And that's it. There's no like, I feel bad because there's no, hey ladies, today have you ever just wanted to leave and go live in the woods? Like, who's the woman making these videos for, like, Dodger? You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't think they exist, or at least they weren't when I looked for them. Or if they do exist, they have so few views that they can't compete with, like, Boobs McGee over here kneading bread.
I mean, listen, I don't think anyone should be surprised that, Boobs McGee is out here.
I'm not surprised. I guess I'm just shocked that it's another, sex is in everything, but for some reason this was the one. I was like, a lady in like a weird cottage that kind of looks like she's out in the woods. I was like, for sure this is not going to be for the male gaze. Nope, totally was. I was like, oh, all right.
It's I mean, at the end of the day, at least it's not the YouTube parents,
dude. I would say I don't know who that's for, but it's clearly for a lot of people because each one of those damn families has like 30 plus million subscribers and they're all just like, we love you. Oh my God. And I'm just like, who the hell watches this? You don't find it creepy and weird? Cool.
Yeah, it's genuinely insane. Like how many people watch it. Like I would have a problem if it was just like a few million, but it's like multiple millions. Like insane, like some of the most popular content on YouTube.
And it's not like it's not even presented in a slick way. It's literally like, my daughter is going on a date and I'm gonna film it all and ruin it for them. And you're like, that's not normal. That's not normal.
Yeah. It's literally reality television. Like it reminds me of those MTV shows from like 2005 where they're just like, my parents want me to date somebody else because they hate my spouse, and then the spouse like sits in a room with the parents and is just like, they're gonna have a bad time with the person you picked out to date, like that type of shit. But like even that was more fun because it's like kind of cheesy and like you can tell it's kind of fake.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad because that is so fake that one of the guys that used to work in the old office was on that show as the boyfriend. He was hired as an actor to pretend to be the boyfriend to sit in the room with the parents while the girl went out with a guy she had never met before. It was all fake. And that's how I feel about these damn YouTube videos. Like, I called the police on my parents. No, you didn't. Shut up. No, you didn't.
I think that's what makes it worse is like when it's on TV, it does have that semblance of like, okay, I can see how this is fake, or like it's a show, it's all produced, or whatever. But like the YouTube's always like, we're genuine, watch these real people or whatever. That's what it was always built on. But now it's become possibly even more fake, which I think is just insane. But the problem is people believe it, especially younger people, like because that's the target demographic.
That's because they're all doing the same thing. It would be like if MTV had a show, again, where like sit with your parents while you date some other guy and they get really angry, and then TLC started doing it and ABC started doing it and like the Family Channel started doing it. That's same. YouTube is just like, we hid an amusement park for 4 to 8 hours, and then another channel does the exact same thing, and another channel does the exact. It's insane that they can get away with it, but there's so many people watching YouTube that those audiences don't cross over until you realize that they do. Yeah. People love watching these families do the same stupid shit over and over again, and it's mind-blowing. I have never, like, I never thought, I mean, like, I knew deep in my core that people are getting stupider, but I never thought they were getting this stupid.
Well, I mean, instead of learning, they're just using AI now.
Oh, man.
So
yeah. I was doing an episode for Chilluminati, and in that episode, I was doing a thing about this website called Mortis, which doesn't exist anymore. It's from the 90s, and it was this weird internet thing where it was just a website. There was nothing on it, and people were like, what the hell is this? And so they started rabbit holing the whole thing, and it was leading to weird shit on the internet, and eventually it vanished. And the thing that made it weird is that if you go to the Wayback Machine, it purposely says it was removed on purpose, which makes people be like, what? You know, it's a huge mystery. Anyway, because there's so little information, I was Googling stuff. And you know how Google does its summary, the AI summary?
Yep.
Well, the AI summary popped up and it had a bunch of information that I had never seen before. So I went to Google, whatever that is, the Google AI thing. It was like, give me more information, right? And give me sources, and started printing out information and sources, all these things. And I was like, how have I never seen this before? I started reading through it, and it was talking about how it had a countdown to a date, and people were freaking out about the countdown. I was like, I've never seen this before. And I went to the sources, and the sources I couldn't find. So eventually I went back to the Google thing and said, is this real information? And the Google AI was like, oh no, I made it all up because it seemed interesting and you wanted more. I was like, I was unaware it could do that. And I was like, wait, you made up everything? And it was like, yeah. Made up everything because you've been Googling it and looking for information, and since there was none, and you were trying to find like a scary story version of it, I made you a scary story.
That's actually insane.
Yeah, it blew my mind. And once I saw that, I was like, I trust nothing. I can't even trust an AI to like it. I thought, okay, the Google AI is gonna give me the information from web pages it pulls from. No, it just bullshitted. I was like, how is this possible? Yeah, so it is, and I learned that day that before I was wary, now I'm like, I don't trust a damn thing AI says.
Yeah, no, I don't either, because I had it was like months ago, and I remember I was making a pointless top 10, and I already had a bunch of stuff, and I was like, you know what if I ask the thing, like, hey, what are some other things? I was like, maybe I missed something, or I'll have some good idea. I'm like, let's try it out. I tried it. Actually, some of the worst ideas I've ever heard. Like, same thing with you. Like, it just made shit up. It was like, you should check out Dalaran and find Goofy Larry. He's in the sewers. And I was like, what? And I'd like check, and they're like, there's nobody exists by that name. And I was just like, okay, what's another recommendation? It was just like, oh, check out like Big Gobbo, he's down in the Orgrimmar, and I'm like, okay, and I checked, and they're like, yeah, that doesn't exist, and I was like, it's just making shit up, like, like how can anybody trust this shit for like school or work or like whatever? Like I'm trying to make a dumbass YouTube video. I asked it one question and it couldn't do it right about a game that it should be able to figure out stuff in. I was like, yeah, this sucks.
I think it's because all AI at the moment, at least, are designed to please and affirm the writer's beliefs. So if you ask about something, if it's not true, the AI will simply come up with a way to give you something that feels true, or be like, well, I don't know about that, but I think you're onto something. What if we looked at this? It will not just be like, nope, false. It won't do it. AI right now is programmed in a different weird way. And that's not good. That's not healthy. It's making people literally go crazy.
I mean, I watched that, I don't know if you saw, there's like that Eddie video. Eddie Burback, or is that his name? Eddie Burback. Yeah, he did the thing where he was like, Chat GPT made me delusional. And so he just kept asking it stuff and giving it pictures and stuff. And it would be like, yes, you are the smartest person ever. Go into the desert. And it would just like tell him to do crazy shit. And then apparently they had an update where it was just like, actually, don't do this. Go get help. So like they patched some stuff in, but like still, there's for a long time the AI was just making insane people more insane. Or like if they tried to be like, I'm going to use AI as my therapist, that it would essentially just confirm like anything you told it and be like, you're actually insanely smart.
Yeah,
So
if you have free time, listener at home, look up Chat GTP or whatever, GPT psychosis. It's a real thing. It's happening to people where less than mentally stable people are getting their delusions confirmed by AI, and it's making them do insane stuff. And it's tearing them apart from their family. People are being checked into mental hospitals and stuff. Like, it's wild.
Yeah. No, it's actually insane. Very cool. Gotta love it. You know what else is advertisements?
Good. Nice. Great.
Yep.
If you're into tabletop, if you're into having cool minis, if you're just into crafting fun things, Hero Forge offers plenty of custom minis for you to create and modify to make all your own. Now they also have custom dice as well for your tabletop game goodness. 3D printed using the same process as the color minis. The clear material of the dice is printed in layers, so you can actually put an item of yours or your characters or maybe a bust of something or just something you love inside it, resulting in a solid, perfectly weighty dice. Anything from Hero Forge can be added to the dice maker and then rotated or scaled to fit for perfect placement. Choose from polyhedral dice shapes to, regular extra large size. You can even have one that's a life counter if you want that. Hero Forge has also improved the printing process for your minis, with the new premium plastic models coming with even more microns of printing goodness to show off every feather of your noble griffin mount or whatever it is you're mounting. Add that to the already wonderful Hero Forge creations you can make, like a duck mage with mighty blood skull, or, whatever else you want to do. There's a turtle one that I was goofing around with. I was trying to make one that was like a human, but all of his body parts were kind of different, and so he was very grotesque, and I was trying to make like like one of those eldritch horror creatures. I was working on it. You can do pretty much anything you want once you get into the system. You have the option of color printed plastic, color standees, regular plastic, bronze, and more, plus downloadable files for your 3D printer, even kit bashing, which is something I was messing around with. You can make something wacky all your own. There is so much customization, I cannot stress it out. Please, just go check it out. You don't really have to buy anything, just go look. Visit HeroForge.com and start designing your custom mini today. Check back often. New content is added every single week. Also, today we're brought to you by Green Chef. Fall is in full swing and winter's on the way. I'm sure some of you are having snow or you're stuck indoors, and getting active can be tough. So balance that by eating healthier this winter with Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for clean eating. Green Chef makes it easy to spend less time messing around in the kitchen and more time enjoying everything else. With their new Heat and Eat meals, enjoy delicious, wholesome meals in just 3 minutes. But for me, I like the ingredients. I like cooking. I like having, I listen to podcasts. I listen to books. I like that part. It's a nice calm down part of the day. And with 80 dietitian-approved weekly menu options, Green Chef makes it easy to find the meal that fits your lifestyle. Like me, I'm being very particular about what I eat right now, mostly because I'm like a texture guy. I like a crunch. I don't want goopy or wilted or whatever. Green Chef nails that. I can kind of assemble the meal as I want. They got soups, y'all. I love soups. I'm a big soup fan. They also have stir fries. They have a spicy stir fry noodle with broccoli that I was obsessed with for a little bit there. I had the last soup I got from them was a mushroom, like a creamy mushroom soup. That was very, very good. They also got tacos that are just so easy to make. Big fan of that. And the best part is you can adjust and change the orders. If you see a veggie option and you think, well, that's good and all, but the kids aren't going to just eat veggies. They got to have some meat. You can add it to the order. You can throw chicken in if you want. Make this winter your healthiest yet with Green Chef. Head over to greenchef.com/50cox and use code 50COX to get 50% off your first month, then 20% off for 2 months with free shipping. That's code 50cox at greenchef.com/50cox. All right, let's go to chapter 7. That was Crendor. How's that traffic out there?
Oh boy, we've got traffic. Oh wait,
I forgot to turn on the old microphone or the. Yes. Yeah, it's looking like traffic up here right now if I'm looking down. Yep, I'm here. Back to you.
You almost made it seem like that was all fake.
yeah, no, it's real.
Yeah, that's totally real.
Weird coincidental situation there.
Right, yeah. Moving on very quickly to weather then.
Yes. Weather. Let's see. We've got weather requests, and we are landing on weather request for Monthey, Switzerland. Small town, 20,000 people, built around a chemical plant where Ferrari and Coca-Cola come, or at least used to come, to get rid of their paints. If you ever come there, yeah, I don't know. If you ever do try to come here for the carnival around February to see the city being completely taken over by masked marching bands, Guggen music, confetti, and a lot of bad cocktails. Also, it is home of Keyshawn George, who's been killing it in the NBA this season, even if it's with the Washington Wizards. Oh, that's why I haven't heard of him. All right, let's see here.
Yeah, I'm okay. The fact that the selling point of this town is it's where everyone dumps their paints is wild to me, but okay.
It is pretty wild. Currently, in Monthey, Switzerland, it is 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Feels like 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity, 93%. Pressure, 29.78 inches. Visibility, 4 miles. Winds at 3 miles an hour, dew point 46. UV index 0 of 11. Moon phase, waning crescent. Sunrise, 7:34 a.m. Sunset, 4:58 p.m. And the 10-day. We got 47 with rain tonight, Monday, 50 with rain, 44 with sun on Tuesday, Wednesday, partly cloudy, 46, 36 on Thursday with snow, Friday, 34 with snow, Saturday, 37 with snow, and then Sunday, 41 with rain snow. Yeehaw.
I'm always so impressed when I see a new city that I've never seen before in Europe. Because I'm like, it's kind of down the road from Geneva, and it's also very close to Lyon in France. It's kind of south in Europe, but also kind of along the same parallel as, like, if you're going to New York in the U.S. Or maybe Chicago. It feels very like that. However, when I think Switzerland, I think mountains, and this is not that. This is kind of down in the flat area. This is interesting. I've never seen this place before. But with that said, it does have all the trappings of Switzerland. Like, half the restaurants, when you click it, they just have lots of chocolate. Just everything is chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
Which I am here for, but it's a lot of, we're a cafe, and yeah, we serve you a sandwich, but also he has 18 different types of chocolate.
To be fair, that would be pretty fun, trying a bunch of different chocolates.
Yeah, there's this one place, oh boy, Confiserie Heidinger.
Yep.
And it just looks like a little tiny cafe, but all the images besides croissant and, coffee or whatever are delicious looking chocolates and what appears to be hot chocolates and all sorts of chocolatey goodness.
There's a place called Chocolat Raffin S.A. And it looks, there you go, there's one of the things. It's like an apple with a worm coming out.
Yeah, look at that. It's a chocolate apple. There's a little chocolate delicious. Like, that looks so good. Yeah, I'm looking at a place called the Expert Tea Room. It's literally XPRT. And it's a little tiny tea room with a bunch of desserts. That looks delicious. It all looks, really good. I can't even fight this. There's a lot of little cafes. Then there's a McDonald's.
Yep.
And it
Classic.
looks like a McDonald's, and the KFC looks like a KFC.
And they've got the classic European pizza places.
Ah, yes.
That all look the same.
I see it now. The pizza that you're like, you're so close to Italy. Are they not offended? Like,
Yeah.
it's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, a lot of it's just little tiny coffee shops, which, it's a vibe. I like that. Oh, I found a kebab place. Nice.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Oh, I like a good kebab. Also, the kebab place, as far as I can tell, appears to be on a road with just homes.
Oh.
Which is, I guess that makes sense. You're not going to have an Americanized, like, main street. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that does make sense.
But, yeah, that's neat. Lovely little city.
Yeah. It's just pretty neat little city.
Oh, pretty good. Wow. Oh,
Pretty good.
okay.
And that's the weather.
I still love that worm. I'm glad you sent that to me. That guy looks so
It is
happy.
a fantastic worm. Yeah.
That's a great looking dessert. All right, let's go to sports.
Sports. Oh boy, sports desk time. We've got sports. Currently, we got the NFL scores happening. We had Thursday we had the Patriots beat the Jets. Then we had the Jaguars beat the Chargers. The Steelers beat the Bengals. The Packers beat the Giants. The Bears beat the Vikings. The Texans beat the Titans. The Bills beat the Buccaneers. The Panthers beat the Falcons. The Dolphins beat the Commanders. And currently the Chiefs Broncos are tied. Ravens are losing to the Browns. The 49ers are up on the Cardinals. And the Seahawks are losing to the Rams. In the NBA, we got the Pistons in first place in the East with the Knicks and the Cavaliers right behind. In the West, we got the Thunder in first place, 13-1. They've only lost one game. And the Nuggets right behind in second, and the Rockets in third. And then we've got the NHL, where we've got the Boston Bruins atop the Atlantic, the New Jersey Devils atop the Metropolitan Division, the Colorado Avalanche top Central, and the Kings atop the Pacific. And that's sports.
Okay. What's our fact of the day?
Fact of the day.
Let's see this fact of the day. Here it is.
Let's see it.
This is a good fact right here. Look at this fact. Did you know that the Philippines consists of 7,641 islands?
I didn't know the exact number, but I did know it was a lot. That's quite a lot.
That is quite a lot. The Philippines is an archipelago, which means it's made up of a group of islands, 7,641 to be exact. That figure does not include the thousands of sandbars and other landforms that emerge during low tide.
Yeah. I guess some of that doesn't count. Like a sandbar emerging because of low tide. No one's living there. It's just, it exists, I guess.
Yeah. There's a lot of islands. I wonder what the place with the most islands in the world is.
Ooh, I don't know. The place
has the most
Sweden.
Sweden? What? 267,000.
That's probably all. Yeah, I would imagine if you like.
So I
look
guess
through the-
Norway and Finland are also way up there as well.
Yeah. I think because. Do you think it's because of the? Look at the coastline, the western coastline.
Mm-hmm.
It's just there's so many little islands as you go up the coast.
Yeah. No, that does make sense.
So I guess that technically counts.
Yeah. And then Norway is close behind at 239,000.
That's because Norway has that entire northern bit.
Yeah. No, yeah, I see that. So it's just Sweden and Norway just have like an insane amount of islands. Like, because then you got Finland 178,000 and then Canada 52,000. So like, that's like they got more just by themselves than like the rest of the world combined.
Yeah.
Each one of them. That's crazy. And that's your fact of the day.
Okay. Who has come to us with tears in their eyes?
We've got tears.
We have tears. We have tears.
Dear illustrious sirs, with tears in my eyes and a song of hope in my heart, I come before on my knees to ask if you could commentate a wacky sports event like Cotton McKnight and Pepper Brooks in dodgeball. What sport would you choose?
I think I speak for Crendor here when I say there are only two options. Either
Right.
1, curling, or 2, pickleball.
Yeah, no, I was going to say curling.
Yeah,
Like,
those are the only
I
options.
instantly knew.
Yeah, that's it. Curling would be a treat, but I'd settle for pickleball because I don't understand it, and I feel like no one would care if I commented over it because I don't think anyone else understands it either.
Yeah, plus you get like really into it, like, oh, Johnson with a massive serve.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. That
Meanwhile,
would be pretty
curling,
fun.
they're like, and they're rubbing that ice, they're rubbing the ice. Oh my God, they're rubbing so hard on that ice. The ice is being rubbed so hard. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be, I think we would do great at that.
Someone call the janitor. They aren't needed here today. They are sweeping so hard.
Yeah, and then I could be the color commentator guy that's like, you really don't see this from Johnson too often. Normally he's sweeping that ice with a furious vigor, but today he's just taking it up a notch. It's just truly something you have to witness by yourself in person to appreciate what type of guy this is in the curling environment.
I think we'd be good at it. I think we would be good.
Yeah, I think we'd be great.
I don't want to go that far. I feel like
right,
there's
that's
probably
fair.
2 Canadian guys who are immaculate at it.
I mean, there definitely are.
Yeah.
But,
In the American scene, it's all Cox and Crendor.
oh yeah, no doubt. Dear illustrious sirs, I come to you with my eyes in tears because I'm making an eye tier list. Jesse is often says something along the lines of, this is the most insert name game ever. So if all the games currently released, what would you say is actually the most Jesse Crendor Dodger and Sam game of all time? Like,
Are they asking
For all
individual
of us?
ones? I think it's individual. It can't be the one that all of us would enjoy. That's an impossible thing.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like we all have such different tastes that I don't think
Yeah.
we'd all enjoy just a singular game.
Of all time, I feel like Dodgers has to be what's that game where you're the farm person?
Oh, like Stardew Valley?
Yeah, Stardew Valley is the most Dodger game for sure.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. For me, the most Jesse game is definitely Control. That's easy. That's very simple.
Yeah.
For Sam,
Wait,
God,
hold
probably
on.
like one of the survival games you have to farm for 80 hours.
Oh yeah, I heard you say Control, and I was like, yeah, but then I was like, I don't even know what Control is.
Control is that Remedy game where it's like super weird and trippy, and there's a lot of like interesting SCP-esque things to read about and discover, and you like it straight up has like some of the most bizarre things I've ever seen in a video game. It's extremely. It's the game that came out before Alan Wake 2.
Oh, I
From
see.
Remedy.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just one of my favorite games. I love it to death.
Yeah.
It is so Jesse. It's everything I like about video games.
Carry on. What was your other one?
And then the last one's you. And for you,
Oh, yeah.
I have no clue. I would imagine like football sports manager or some nonsense.
I guess that's
Wait,
the
no,
things I could have.
Banjo-Kazooie.
I mean, I could play. Well, I guess it is a very Crendor game. I guess it's like, to be fair, it is a Crendor game that's transcended generations of Crendor. So you know what? I think you're right. I think it is Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, it's the one you keep going back to, so I feel like it has to mean something.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think you're right. I think you got them all. Look at that.
Feeling pretty good.
And that is the Dear Illustrious Sirs.
All right, what is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. Day. Australian students won't take history exam after being taught the wrong Roman ruler.
What do you mean? What?
Yep. Interesting. Melbourne, Australia. Teachers at 9 high schools in northeastern Australia discovered days before an ancient history exam that they had mistakenly taught their students about the wrong Roman ruler. Augustus Caesar instead of his predecessor, Julius Caesar.
I have so many questions. Did they mistake Augustus for Julius, or did they teach about Augustus instead of Julius?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Let's see if they answer it. The students in Queensland ended up being exempt from the statewide exam on Wednesday, while Education Minister John Paul Langbroek said he would investigate the mix-up, describing the experience for the students as extremely traumatic. What?
I don't know that I believe that. I feel like these students are milking it, and honestly, go for it, kids.
Yeah. Since the error in the curriculum was discovered on Monday, schools applied and were granted an exemption from the exam for the students, even as panicked high schoolers were cramming about Julius Caesar's exploits as a Roman general and statesman. Quote, "I'm very unhappy about the situation," Langbroek told reporters in announcing that the 140 seniors affected by the mix-up would not have to sit the exam. Langbroek said he would ensure those students were, quote, "not disadvantaged in any way." Still, the incident brought waves of criticisms. Parents complained that the panic created around the ancient history exam had distracted their children from preparing for other exams, including an earlier exam on Wednesday. The exam amounts to 25% of the students' mark for the year. Students who were exempted from the test on Wednesday would be given a credit based on their assessment for the remaining 75% of their marks. The Queensland Curriculum and Assessment Authority said it had told the state's 180 high schools 2 years ago that the ancient history exam topic would change to Julius Caesar in 2025. The topic had been Augustus Caesar for previous years.
I mean, I guess it's interesting because as a history person who loves that period of Rome, like, yeah, Augustus is important because he's the first emperor of Rome.
Right.
And so his story is kind of like the aftermath of the whole Julius Caesar thing. But I guess Julius Caesar is how does a republic become an empire, right? How does it? And so that's a whole different topic. And I guess that's, yeah, okay, that can really screw you up. But it's also, you figured that they would tackle both because it's cause and effect.
Yeah, you would think so.
Because one can't happen without the other. So it's kind of like you would have to tackle Julius to talk about Augustus, wouldn't you? So wouldn't they? I mean, that's just the problem with this is just like when I was a teacher, everything's about teaching to the tests now. And so you're not teaching students things, you're teaching them facts to answer on a test rather than educating them. And this is the problem, is if you only teach them about Augustus so they can answer questions about Augustus, they're totally screwed. But Julius Caesar is right before Augustus. Like that, one leads to the other. So how on earth can they not know that? Yeah, that seems dumb.
Yeah, I do love the fact that they're just like, I am traumatized. I'm going to have to get therapy over this.
That
this is just
honestly,
unbelievable.
Even though I know the goof is like, they didn't learn about Julius in any therapy, but I feel like that when you said it's 25% of their grade, if they don't pass, they now permanently have a C. That's crazy. I wouldn't do that.
That is insane, actually. To be fair,
I get that stress.
I think that's a shitty system.
That's very shitty. Like if there are people who do not take tests well. Like, I'm a very good paper writer. I was never a good test taker. So I can write a paper the night before and kick ass. But if you want me to take a test, unless it's something I really know, I will second guess myself like crazy.
Yeah. No, I was that as well. I was terrible at test taking, but I was decent at paper writing.
So I'd stress the hell out about 20. And then they said, oh, well, based on the 75% you had left. If I was not doing well, and I was counting on this thing to raise my grade to an A, then I guess I'm screwed. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I'd be, you know what? Get them, kids. Get that school system. They screwed up.
Yeah, get them. That's a big news story of the day.
All right. Well, that's it for us. Thanks so much for listening or watching. I'm enjoying this podcast. Crendor, hit them with the socials.
We got socials, youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast. All one word. Leave your weather requests. Leave your Dear Illustrious Sir requests. Hit the bell. Subscribe. Like, etc. Also, youtube.com/Cox and Crendor for all the animations. Also, find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify, and others. Also, you got our main things. Got YouTube Jessica Cox, YouTube Crendor, YouTube Too Old for This, YouTube Almost Too Old for This, Twitch TV Jessica Cox, Twitch TV Crendor. Facebook, Just Guys, Facebook, Crendor, Twitter, Just Guys, Twitter, Crendor, Blue Sky, Just Guys, Blue Sky, Crendor, Instagram, Notorious Guys, Instagram, Crendor was taken, TikTok, Just Guys, TikTok, Crendor, and Patreon, Just Guys, Patreon, Crendor, and yes.
Okay. We'll see y'all next time, and as always,
Shake the Rhino.
to be continued.